Okay, hello! I have so many books on my TBR shelf. Like, so many. So I thought I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the books that I'm gonna be reading this summer. And by summer, I mean May and going forward. That's not technically summer, but like school ends kind of beginning of May. So that's what this video is about. If you're new here, hi, my name is Olivia. If you don't know anything about my channel, I am more of a vlog style channel. I also read so much, so I'm going to be including a lot about my book journey, on my shelves, what I'm buying. And today's just a book video because yeah, I also do a lot of travel stuff, so check it out if you're interested. But I have, I think, 10 books that I am planning on reading this summer, and I will read them. It's not a goal, it's gonna be achieved. Like, it's not even a goal, like this is happening, you know what I mean? Also, I'm a senior in college, so most of these will start getting finished after I graduate in 3 weeks. Well, I'll be like done with school in 3 weeks, and then end of May is when I like technically graduate, but you know what I mean. Also, if you're interested, I could definitely do a video about what's on my shelf because these are only the books. All of these books need to be read. It's not even my real shelf. My real shelf's at home. So yeah, but I'm really proud of myself because I've only bought one book this year, and then the other ones have been like Easter gifts, Christmas gifts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's just hop on into the video because you're probably annoyed with me already. Also, sorry, just as a side note, I don't know a lot about most of these books, so it's gonna be like what I know mixed with maybe I'll read something on the back mixed with why I want to read it. Let me get on into it. Okay, the first book that I want to read is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series, and I actually read the first one last summer. And then I avoided buying this book because summer was ending right as I finished reading that, and I knew it was a summer vibe. This is a cowboy romance. I don't know much else. I know that they're all kind of interconnected in this series, so you'll see characters that you had met in previous books, which I'm really excited to see. I love it. This is a romance book. I feel like it's perfect for summer, although I think the girl's name in this is Winter, so maybe not. Yeah, wait, no, it's literally not Winter. What book am I thinking of? I don't know, but I'm excited nonetheless. So that's book number one that I will be finishing. Summer 2025. Okay, the next is Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. I recently read, wait, it wasn't even recent, it was last summer. It was right next to the time I read the first book in the other series. I read one of Nicholas Sparks' books, The Longest Ride. I had seen the movie, so I flew through that book. But I actually really enjoyed his writing, and 3 years ago I would have said that I hated his writing because I couldn't get into it. But I have a lot of Nicholas Sparks books. Like, I have The Best of Me, this one, Safe Haven. Like, I just have so many, but Dear John, it's a small enough book that I feel like whoa. The sun definitely did that. Obviously, I've had it for a while, and I want to get through his backlist. I think it'd be really cool to say, oh yeah, I love Nicholas Sparks, I read all of him. And I already have it, so I'd really like to pick this up. Amanda Seyfried and Channing Tatum are who I'm going to picture because that's who played these characters in the movie. It's going to probably hurt. I've actually never seen the movie either, so you probably know more about this than I do, but I'm also wanting to be a horse girl. Come on, it's horses. But yeah, really excited to pick this book up. Also excited to just get through all of his books. Okay, next is just kind of something I've been needing to pick up, and that's The Da Vinci Code. This is by Dan Brown, and I actually got recommended it to me by my friend Ava Medeiros. Ava told me that this is like kind of psychologically messed up, and I think that those are like some of my favorite type of movies, but I don't know if I've ever really read a book like that, so I'm excited. I know there are a bunch of theories, and it's more biblical, I want to say, or it like talks about religion, which is so interesting. And I also think that this is like one of the new classics. Like, this will be a classic in history that people will be like, oh, read the Da Vinci Code. This I'm really excited about. I have no idea other than that, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. I got this for Christmas, and my brother called it the Da Vinci Code, so we're gonna read the Da Vinci Code here pretty soon. He's 19, by the way, like he fully can read, but he got me this for Christmas, or he picked it out, / my mom picked it out after I sent it to her. He's claiming that he bought it, so thank you, Max. Gonna read this one too. Look at these. I love these covers, and I'm trying to read 10 classics. I've only read Little Women this year, but this would be my next classic that I want to pick up. I started reading this in 7th grade, so I bought this in 7th grade and I didn't understand it too well, / I wasn't interested, and that's about as far as I've gotten. I refuse to watch the movie because I have to read the book first, but I haven't picked up the book because I feel like classics are something that you have to sit down and really like take time to indulge in. Little Women, when I read that, I picked it up in between the book that I was reading, so it was like a palate cleanser in a sense. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I love Jane Austen and I hope that it's just something that sticks with me. I hope it's like a pretty romance, but I also just don't know if I love the actor in this movie, so I don't think he's that cute. And what's her name? Keira Knightley. I need to watch it, but I need to read it. So that's gonna be on the come up. I'm going to read this and it's probably gonna be the next classic I read, and if it's not, boo-hoo, but I'm really excited. I don't know, it's also just nice to like be able to say I read it. Oh yeah, I read Pride and Prejudice. I was a senior in college and I loved it or I hated it. You know, there's my long-winded explanation of why I want to read Pride and Prejudice, in case you were wondering. Also, I don't think I said this, but I'm currently reading Misery by Stephen King, and I'm so excited because my mom has talked about that movie forever, about how it like scared her so much when she watched it first, and same with my dad, I think. But I want to watch the movie so bad because I love Kathy Bates. Is that her name? Kathy Bateman? Kathy Bates? Kathy Bates? I don't know, but that's another movie that I have to watch, but I have to read the book first. Also, I made a goal of reading a Stephen King book this year, and I'm doing it. I'm knocking away the goals. Like, I'm crossing them off. I'm so proactive. Come on. Come on. Okay, the 5th book that I want to read is Normal People by Sally Rooney, and yes, that is the European cover. I got this at the Shakespeare & Co. bookshop in Paris, so. And look at this. I got this little bookmark. I also like when I get a bookmark when I purchase a book, so I can keep it in there and then always have it in there and like know that I read it with this bookmark. It's just the little things. But I've never read a Sally Rooney book. Kind of crazy. I think that I was kind of put off because you hear so many mixed reviews about her writing, or I guess the non-use of apostrophes. But my friend, shout out Ava Medeiros, again, told me she loved this book, and I also really want to watch the show. I think Steph Bohr loves it, I'm pretty sure. I like actually could just be making crap up. I don't know. But this is kind of like a romance / fiction, and I got this in Paris, so it has a special place in my heart, and I got it right before Semester at Sea, so I've been wanting to pick this up. And I also got Intermezzo when I was in South Africa on Semester at Sea, so that's another book that I'm gonna get to, but I feel like this is like a rite of passage. I have to read this one before I read Intermezzo. Like, look at that. It's so cute.
Can I have a little cameo?
Yes.
Hey guys, this is my crush. And I'm inviting this crush to come upstairs and tan with us soon.
The lighting is so good. It looks seriously look great.
Thanks.
I'm working, so. I'm so afraid that in every video it's this.
On the roof.
On the roof.
Little buddy, everybody, buddy, on the bum.
I look down and I'm like, when did I fucking create that?
Delete that.
Leah, that's too much for a book video.
Oh shit. So which ones are you showing? Are you doing the haul?
No, I'm not doing a haul. I'm doing what I'm gonna read this summer.
You're gonna have to let me know if the Let Them theory is good, because I really want to read that really bad. Oh, you that silver that don't close the door.
Sorry, y'all. I love having roommates that hype you up instead of like me being embarrassed. Because it's embarrassing to sit in front of a camera and talk, but like it's something I enjoy doing. I love living with them. I honestly wish I could live in this senior house for 7 more years, I think. 7 would probably do it for me. Like Kate was saying, the Let Them theory. I love nonfiction books when it's a good nonfiction book, and I only have like 2 on my shelf, and I just got this one for Easter. And this is the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins. I listen to her podcast, and honest to God, I really feel like it motivates me and it makes me think about what I'm doing a little bit differently, which is not something that every podcast that claims that they're gonna do that does. And so I'd like to read this just because I think that she's already helped me, and so this would be like a good type of motivation. I read Atomic Habits last year and I really loved that book. I think that I'm going to get into more of that self-help genre, especially when I graduate and have to do something real in the real world. But perfect segue, because this is absolutely going to help me, or I hope. And this is something that, like Pride and Prejudice, when I pick it up, it'll probably be read within the time that I'm reading other books, because a lot of the times I need something else to read while I'm reading this, whether it's on my Kindle or whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited to hear more about what Mel has to say about the Let Them theory. Let them. Also, I am not including any of my Kindle books because these are like from my physical TBR. Kindle books come and go when they want. These are just like, I'm gonna knock these off my physical TBR. Okay, next book Onyx Storm. Now this is actually not my copy, but I will buy a copy of it. Look at that. So Onyx Storm is the 3rd series in the 4th Wing trilogy so far, at least. It's probably going to be, I think she's writing other ones, but it's by Rebecca Yarros. To be honest, any book like this size in a fantasy format is scaring me already. But I liked 4th Wing, I liked Iron Flame a little bit more, and here goes Onyx Storm. I need to read this before my friend Christine moves out of this house because this is her copy, and I just would like to read it with the sprayed edges. Something about the sprayed edges really get to me. What I will say about this series is that it is not my favorite series. I don't love her writing as much, which also is why these books I put off reading, but I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings if you like this series. Like, I've heard, I feel like I'm kind of the outcast of not like having it as a favorite. I do like it and I do think it's interesting, but that's all I'm gonna dive into with this series right now. Next is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I actually downloaded this on my Kindle for Semester at Sea, and I never got around to reading it. It was on Kindle Unlimited, and the reason why I picked it out is because of the cover. It almost gives the old cover of Magnolia Parks, and I love it. I was immediately drawn to it. It just looks like a great fiction read, and I knew I wanted it on my shelf, and I think that's kind of why in the back of my head I didn't read it on Semester at Sea. I wanted to read it in a physical format. Usually like Kindle Unlimited books, I'm just reading the covers I don't like, which is terrible, but like someone's gotta relate to me. Basically, I don't know much about this. There's one sentence on the back, I'll read it. The beloved American classic about a young girl's coming of age at the turn of the 20th century. And what's really interesting about this is that my friend Ryan, she's not like a big reader or anything, started reading this on her Kindle on the way to on a road trip, and she had no idea really what this book was about and said like it was so good. She just didn't finish it because she was on a road trip. And that's the only thing I've heard about this. I love fiction. I like historical fiction, regular fiction, and if it's like a coming of age, especially talking about someone who's in the same demographic as me, is pretty lit. It's pretty lit. Is that not just so cute? I'm gonna pick her up real soon. Real soon, I can tell you that. It's just a bigger book, I think, which is scary, but like also I really want to read it, so I'm not that worried. Okay, next book on my list is Sunrise on the Reaping. Do I need to say anything about this? Probably not. This will be read very soon, okay? This is a part of the Hunger Games series. It is about Haymitch, one of the characters who had previously won the game and was a mentor to Katniss and Peeta when they were at the Hunger Games. This is his story, and I've heard it's amazing. My friend Lexi read it and loved it. She's a Hunger Games stan, so I just need to read it to be on her understanding of it so we can talk about it. And my friend Anna's reading it right now, both butterfly roommates, and loves it. So it's obviously going to be read here pretty darn soon. That way I don't get behind on what my friends are reading, but I'm really excited. And to be honest, I didn't love the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I didn't love the actors in the movie, so that was disappointing. So I'm hoping this will kind of raise my standard back up for what the Hunger Games is, because the Hunger Games actually shaped my middle school and high school experience. Like, I genuinely don't know where dystopian would be if it weren't for the Hunger Games, and it's such a good series, so I'm hoping that this one matches those books. Okay, last on this specific list is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This, I think, is going to be another one of those classics, modern day classics that people talk about. I don't know much about this, but this is actually my friend Marley's, and she gave it to me on Semester at Sea when she couldn't fit it in her luggage, and realistically I could not fit this either, but I somehow got it home. And this is something I don't know much about. I think I read the first couple pages at one point, but I think with most any book, it takes several chapters for you to really get a good understanding of what you're reading, and I didn't when I first picked this up for those first couple chapters. So this might be a tougher read to get through, but it might have valuable lessons. I don't know. Who knows? Nonetheless, I'm very excited to pick this up, and I think that this will be good to read in the summer on like rainy days. So maybe it'll be like a week with bad weather that I pick this up. I say all this now, but who knows really what's gonna happen. If you guys like these type of book videos, I'll make them till the day I die. I think it's so fun to talk about your books, and it's always been a hobby of mine. Obviously, if I have a bajillion books that I need to read on my shelf, and these aren't all of them, it's like kind of a problem at points. I hope you guys like this video, and if you do like it, subscribe and let me know. because I do like different videos and I don't know really if anyone's watching these ones or if it's just something that I can do to kind of remind myself what I was thinking in the moment before reading them. But yeah, hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one.